Well, my phone did it again. It cut me off. I was just doing an update video, just fresh off the track, as you can see, racing Never Lose Felix. It's warm here. It's nice here, but man, I'm starting to get a little angry. I felt that we had 2 good chances, if not 3 last night, turned into a third and a couple of no goods, and then came here tonight with as Steve would say, a lead pipe cinch. All he had to do was, turn right, a couple of lefts, and head to the winner's circle on the program. Anyway, he was 3 seconds faster than the rest of the horses. Now, the mile went in 2 minutes, but I think when you factor in his mile tonight, it was quite a bit faster than 2 minutes. Just disappointed that he made the break. I'm trying, every time mistakes happen on the track, I'm the first to blame myself if it's myself, but I felt him coming up to the gate and he put a little shuffle in, like he was going to roll off stride, and then he kind of caught himself. Now, was he looking to get out of his work? He has not done that in quite a while. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in that regard. What we have been doing is trying to let his hobbles out quite a bit. Now, I'll preface that statement by saying his hobbles tonight were exactly where they were last week and the week before. So that's first and foremost. But man, when we were going up the gate, they did feel a little bit loose. When we come out of the turn and he switched leads, it just felt like I lost him. Obviously, I literally lost him, but he just lost himself and rolled off. And I can't help but thinking if they were a hole or two tighter, that wouldn't have happened. Anyway, listen, you can only win that class once. He's only going to be able to win that maiden condition claimer once, I believe, in the claiming tag. So hopefully we'll try and win it next week. And then I think he would have to look pretty impressive to not offer him up for sale. I don't think, simply because the non-winners of 2 before can get a little salty, and I'm not certain that he can't do it, that he can't do the work, but I don't know that he can. And here's the tricky part of all of that, is if we go and test him in that class and he can't do, well, then the cat's out of the bag, so to speak. So I think there's definitely a 58 trotter in there. He can get around a half. Tonight's break had nothing to do with a half. He doesn't wear anything but trotting boots behind. I really think we warm him up twice next week, and we'll go a slow mile with him, and then we'll get a look under the hood. This is how we've been warming him up. This is how the equipment has been. This is how we've been racing him. There hasn't been a problem, and clearly there was tonight. So nothing major, but it certainly was enough to put him on tilt tonight behind the gate, and it was extremely frustrating. Listen, trotters make breaks, but when they make breaks, when they're in classes they're not supposed to lose, that's even more frustrating. So our night is theoretically over. I'm a little miffed. We started the week with 3 shots last night. 1 horse raced pretty good to be third. The other 2 raced poor. We had, as I said, as Steve says, a lead pipe cinch tonight with Never Lose Felix, and instead we ended up with a pretty good 4th after making a break. And Melisandre this afternoon, a flat-looking 6th, but easily explainable. Quite a bit of blood found in her throat after the scope. A good 3.5, if not 4 out of 5, actually, as it was explained to me, which is a significant amount of blood. Usually when you see that kind of blood in a young horse, it means probably her last start she bled. We couldn't scope her afterwards. The vet was gone. Ate her supper, seemed fine, didn't show any signs of bleeding afterwards, so no reason to really dive deep into that. Trained her up this week, compounding from last week's likely bleeding to this week's training, even albeit slow, it still would have compounded. Then you ask her to come back today and race in 1:56 and 2 faster than she'd ever gone, and the amount of blood found in there is not shocking at all. So dry her up, be careful, put her on Lasix. These are all things we can do to fix her. I hope she's a very nice filly after that, because traversing the steep cliff that would be Kentucky with no Lasix. We did it last year with a couple of horses. It's doable, but it's not easy, and it's not something I thought we'd be doing. So easy enough to fix both horses. Maybe have Dr. Latessa just run his hands over Never Lose Felix, see if anything pops up. If anything pops up, if it does not, rinse and repeat. Pull those hobbles in a couple of holes and head to the winner's circle. Melisandre, put her on Lasix. It shouldn't be a problem. With respect to Rose Run AJ, a little bit of blood found last night, but we have only been treating him with a low amount of Lasix, so simply up that a little bit. Jason was concerned that maybe just a straight full swedge shoe up front was not enough grab wise, so we'll probably move him to an aluminum shoe up front. Don't change anything with either Blue Ventura. The only thing you have to change is the way you drive them. And I'm not being hard on myself. I knew when I got away fifth I was likely going to be first in. There was nothing I could do about that. It's just that's how the race played out from a trailing post. And the other guy, the Dio horse, Admiral Dio, I thought he raced good being off 2 weeks. He's a player in that class, but again, he's another one. When he has to graduate, he'll likely be put on waivers. So with that, I'll let you go. Very happy with today, fielding a lot of emails. I know, you guys get to see stuff like today, and there's a lot of good takeaway from today. There's some bad takeaway, right? A lot of people asking, why'd my horse run? What happened here? Geez, Bobby looked out of control. What are we going to do about that? Hey, where is Go Strong Hanover? Obviously, he was castrated and couldn't go today. Where was Hanger One? Good news, I trained Hanger One a slow mile this morning. So he's back on the path he needs to be on. So those are all good things. So I think my biggest thing, and Justin was quick to point it out also, there was no horses acting up. Sure, there was some frustration. There was some horses, sharp and feeling good, but there was no horses, shying away from the gate, knocking people over, or kicking, or being bad. They all seemed to understand what their job was. Some of them a little too eager to do it today than others, but there was nobody that was looking to get away from it. There was nobody doing bad. Even Joe J. Fotag, loose on the front end for Eric, not a runaway, but Eric was going to go a mile and 2:10, which looked like it was going to be a half and 5 and a bit, a half and 4 and a bit, and she rolled over coming out of the turn, but he thought her hobbles maybe could have been a hole tighter too, so she might have slipped and rolled off. But again, at least she showed some spunk. It was nice to see her out there doing her work. So, if you have any questions about your horses today, listen, I have a ton of emails to get back to. If you have any questions about your horses, send me a text message, send me an email, drop me a phone call, whatever you want. We'll talk about it. But today I think was a very, very good step forward. Remember, most of these horses are not supposed to be racing for another 5-6 weeks. The earliest any of them will race is 4. So it was a good day at the barn in that respect. Hello, Jason. Any thoughts on today? Any horses you had? Oh, Judy's Money looked good, eh?
Very good.
Very good. Who else did you have today?
Peter grabbed the right line hard in the last turn. We
Yeah.
We all got kind of.
Yeah.
Jason couldn't hold his, and you weren't out wide enough.
Well, I could have moved over.
Safety factor.
Yeah. Who else did you have?
Emerald Tom, Judy's
He
Money.
was goody. Emerald
and
Tom
Sarah
was good?
Sarah was good.
Oh, Sarah was good. I was going to ask you about Sarah. So Sarah was good too. Well, there you have it. Those you want with 4?
4.
Oh, that's good. It's a good day. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Like I said, if you have any questions, drop me a line. Take care.